In the world of Nigerian luxury and high society, few names carry the quiet power, grace, and cultural reverence of Lady Ajoke Okeowo, a woman who turned divine inspiration into a lasting legacy. She's not merely the wife of billionaire real estate mogul Sir Olu Okeowo, not just another face in Lagos elite circle. She's a visionary who transformed the art of traditional headgear into a statement of pride, prestige, and empowerment. A woman who reminds her generation that purpose shines brightest when wrapped in faith and authenticity. Lady Ajoke Okeowo stands tall as one of Nigeria's most distinguished businesswomen and luxury fashion entrepreneurs. She's the founder of the Ajoke Gele brand, an innovation that redefined how women wear the Yoruba headgear known as Gele, turning it from a cultural symbol into a luxury statement piece. From her base at the magnificent Palacio Dio in Ikoyi, Lagos, Lady Ajoke runs her enterprise with precision, elegance, and a deep sense of mission. Her unique designs have not only graced the heads of Nigeria's most influential women, but have also reshaped the narrative of African fashion on the global stage. Behind the calm poise and polished sophistication, however, lies a story of faith, family, and fortitude. The journey of a woman who dared to create meaning beyond wealth and titles. Unlike many public figures, Lady Ajoke Okeowo has deliberately kept her early life private. Details about her childhood and education are scarce, a reflection of her preference for dignity over publicity. What is known is that she hails from a respectable Nigerian family grounded in traditional values and strong moral principles. Her mother, Mama Oluwafumilayo Adewumi, is a matriarch of grace and discipline. When she turned 80 in 2019, the Okeowo family celebrated her with grandeur, a Thanksgiving at Our Saviour's Church, TBS, Lagos.
At this point, I invite Sir Olu Okeowo to please do the next one so that Thanksgiving can come shortly.
The orchestra, I apologize later. The primates of the church, Anglican Communion of Nigeria, the prelates of the Methodist Church, Your Grace, the retired Diocesan of Lagos, my very good friend and brother and prayer partner. Today, Mama, you cross over to the other side.
Followed by a lavish reception at Harbour Point, Victoria Island. The event symbolized not just a milestone of age, but the union of two great families bonded by love and mutual respect. Those who know Lady Ajoke often say her calm authority mirrors her mother's, a blend of old world modesty and new age sophistication. She carries herself with the quiet assurance of someone raised to honor both God and tradition. Before she became a brand, Lady Ajoke was a believer in the beauty of aso-oke, the hand-woven fabric that tells the story of Yoruba identity. As she grew older, she noticed that many women struggled with the hardness of traditional aso-oke. Some found it difficult to tie, others avoided it altogether. To her, that was a loss, not just of fashion, but of culture. Her upbringing had taught her that every head wrap, every stitch, every color in traditional fashion carries spiritual and social meaning. Instead of watching those values fade, she decided to preserve them, but in a way that resonated with modern women. That decision, inspired by divine instruction, gave birth to Adejoke Gele, a brand whose name Adejoke, meaning the crown brings joy, feels almost prophetic. Behind every strong woman, there often stands a man who recognizes her strength. In Lady Ajoke's case, that man is Sir Olu Okeowo, one of Nigeria's most successful real estate tycoons and philanthropists. Their love story is both private and powerful, a partnership anchored in faith and mutual admiration. Those close to them describe their relationship as a marriage made in heaven. The billionaire often calls her his jewel of inestimable value, a phrase that captures the depth of his affection and respect. Sir Olu is rarely seen without his wife by his side, whether attending social events, traveling for business, or hosting guests in their palatial mansion. Their companionship radiates a quiet unity. In an era when high-profile marriages often crumble under pressure, the Okewos have built a bond that grows stronger with time. When Lady Ajoke decided to venture into business, her husband did not hesitate to support her vision. He provided the encouragement, resources, and faith she needed, not as a financier but as a believer in her destiny. No great love story or successful venture is without challenges. Being public figures, the Okewos have had their fair share of scrutiny and speculation, yet through it all, they've shown the resilience that comes from shared values and mutual respect. They've chosen faith over fear, focusing on what really matters: their family, their marriage, and their mission. For every rumor whispered, there is a louder truth. Their enduring love and the empire they've built together through hard work and devotion. Their union stands as a reminder that true partnership is not about avoiding storms, but learning to dance gracefully in the rain. To Lady Ajoke, motherhood is both a calling and a ministry. Together with Sir Olu, she has raised 3 remarkable sons, each charting his own course in life. Her first son, Oluwatomininu Okeowo, often called Solomon, stands as the heir apparent to the family's business empire. As the CEO of Gibraltar Construction Nigeria Limited, Solomon carries forward his father's legacy with innovation and integrity. A graduate of University College London, he holds degrees in civil engineering and real estate planning. In the Palacio Dio, a private chapel known as Solomon's Chapel of Faith stands, a symbol of gratitude and heritage, named after him. Her second son, Abraham, prefers to live quietly, upholding the family's values away from public eyes, while our youngest, known as DJ Mufasa, has carved a name for himself in Nigeria's entertainment scene, performing at exclusive events and commanding a large social media following. Each son represents a facet of Lady Ajoke's influence: discipline, humility, and creativity. Together, they embody the balance she and Sir Olu have nurtured, a family that thrives in unity but allows individuality to blossom. The story of Adejoke Gele began not in a boardroom but in a dream. Lady Adejoke has often recounted how God spoke to her, instructing her to begin a Gele business. At first, it seemed improbable. She didn't need to work. Her husband's success had already secured every comfort imaginable. But divine instruction is not something that she takes lightly. With faith as a compass, she began crafting geles unlike anything seen before, softer, lighter, and easier to wear. Her goal was simple: to make every woman feel like royalty without the struggle. Soon, word spread among Nigeria's elites. Her clients included Mrs. Folashade Okoya, Mrs. Modupe Ogunrele, Mrs. Kofoworola Adebutu, and many other notable society figures. What began as an act of obedience to God transformed into a thriving business empire that redefined elegance for the modern African women. At the heart of Adejoke Gele's success is innovation rooted in culture. By blending traditional aso-oke with softer, breathable materials like nets and tapapa, Lady Adejoke created a product that solved a century-old problem. No longer did women need to endure headaches or hire specialists to their gele. Her design made elegance accessible, a gift to the modern Nigerian woman who loves tradition but values comfort. Each Adejoke Gele piece is handcrafted to perfection, ensuring no two are alike. That exclusivity has made it the go-to choice for weddings, high society events, and state occasions. For many elite women, wearing Adejoke Gele is not just fashion, it's a badge of class, grace, and authenticity. Running a business from one of Nigeria's grandest homes may sound like a fantasy, but for Lady Adejoke, it is everyday reality. The Palacio Dio, her family's 4 billion naira Victorian-style mansion in Ikoyi, is a masterpiece of architecture and faith, built on 5 acres of land land and completed in just 11 months. The estate features 10 bedrooms, a private chapel, sports court, marble gardens, a helipad, and a jetty overlooking the Lagos Lagoon. Every inch of it speaks of discipline, craftsmanship, and divine favor. Within those walls, Lady Adejoke manages her business operations, oversees staff, and occasionally welcomes clients seeking the exclusivity of a private shopping experience inside a palace. Yet, for all of its grandeur, the mansion's heart beats in the Solomon Chapel of Faith, where the family gathers to worship, a testament that even amid opulence, God remains at the center. In Lagos' vibrant social scene, Lady Adejoke is an emblem of refinement. Her appearances at events command attention, not for extravagance, but for taste. Every outfit, every gele, every gesture radiates elegance and cultural pride. Society magazines often feature her presence at weddings, galas, and charity events, but those who know her well describe her as disarmingly humble, someone who prefers service over showmanship. She uses a public image not for vanity, but as a platform to promote her crafts, inspire women, and honor her faith. In a world obsessed with visibility, Lady Adejoke's quiet confidence reminds everyone that true influence does not shout, it shines. Beyond business, Lady Adejoke shares her husband's deep commitment to philanthropy and faith. Together, they have funded church buildings, supported medical and educational initiatives, and offered hope to countless Nigerians. Sir Olu's donation of the Physiotherapy Center at Lutz and their continued support for Anglican projects across the country underscore their belief that wealth finds purpose in service. Lady Adejoke, often at his side during these missions, exemplifies the role of a partner in purpose and not just in name but in action. At home, her daily life remains structured around prayer, family, and work. Every morning begins with devotion in the family chapel, a ritual that grounds her in gratitude and discipline before stepping into her day as a business leader and homemaker. In many ways, Lady Adejoke Okeowo is redefining what it means to be a woman of wealth in Africa. She embodies the balance of humility and power, culture and innovation, tradition and modernity. Through Adejoke Gele, she has elevated a cultural art form into a luxury brand that competes with global standards while remaining proudly Nigerian. Through her marriage, she has shown that love and partnership can coexist with independence and vision. Through motherhood, she has nurtured a new generation of achievers grounded in faith and excellence. Her life is a tapestry woven with faith, family, and fashion. A reminder that true royalty is not inherited, it's created through grace, hard work, and divine purpose. Perhaps what defines Lady Adejoke most is our understanding that a crown, literal or metaphorical, is not just about beauty, it's about purpose. Her name, Adejoke, means the crown brings joy, and indeed, through her creativity, leadership, and compassion, she has brought joy to her family, her clients, and the countless women who now wear their heritage with pride. In the grand halls of the Palacio Dio, beneath chandeliers that catch the Lagos sun, Lady Adejoke continues her work, tying one gele at a time, wrapping not just fabric but stories, traditions, and dreams. For in every fold of her creation lies a simple truth: a woman who knows her purpose wears her crown not for show but for service.